Good morning. This is Pastor Jeff. This is our daily lectionary readings for Friday, January 27th, 2023. We have our three daily readings. Psalm 15 is our psalm reading. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 17. Going through chapter 25, verse 4 is our Old Testament reading. And then 1 Timothy chapter 5, verses 17 through 24 is our New Testament reading. Let us take a listen in to our scriptures. Psalm 15. God, who gets invited to dinner at your place? How do we get on your guest list? Walk straight, act right, tell the truth. Don't hurt your friend, don't blame your neighbor, and despise the despicable. Keep your word even when it costs you. Make an honest living, never take a bribe. You'll never get blacklisted if you live like this. Our Old Testament reading starts in the 24th chapter of Deuteronomy, verse 17. Make sure foreigners and orphans get their just rights. Don't take the cloak of a widow as a security for a loan. Don't ever forget that you were once slaves in Egypt, and God, your God, got you out of there. I command you, do what I'm telling you. When you harvest your grain and forget to sheaf back in the field, don't go back and get it. Leave it for the foreigner, the orphan, and the widow, so that God, your God, will bless you in all your work. When you shake the olives off your trees, don't go back over the branches and strip them bare. What's left is for the foreigner, the orphan, and the widow. And when you cut the grapes in your vineyard, don't take every last grape. Leave a few for the foreigner, the orphan, and the widow. Don't ever forget that you were a slave in Egypt. I command you, do what I'm telling. When men have a legal dispute, let them go to court. The judge will decide between them, declaring one innocent and the other guilty. If the guilty one deserves punishment, the judge will have him lay himself down before him and lashes as many times as the crime deserves, but not more than 40. If you hit him more than 40 times, you will degrade him to something less than human. Don't muzzle an ox while it's threshing. Our New Testament reading comes from the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, verses 17 through 25. Give a bonus to leaders who do a good job, especially the ones who work hard at preaching and teaching. Scripture tells us, don't muzzle a working ox, and a worker deserves his pay. Don't listen to a complaint against a leader that isn't backed up by 2 or 3 responsible witnesses. If anyone falls into sin, call that person on the carpet. Those who are inclined that way will know right off that they can't get by it. God and Jesus and angels all back me up in these instructions, carrying them out without favoritism, without taking sides. Don't appoint people to church leadership positions too hastily. If a person is involved in some serious sin, you don't want to become an unwittingly accomplishment. In any event, keep a close check on yourself, and don't worry too much about what the critics will say. Go ahead and drink a little wine, for instance. It's good for your digestion, good medicine for what ails you. The sins of some people are blatant, and march them right into court. The sin of others don't show up until much later. The same with good deeds. Some you see right off, but none are hidden forever. And here ends our readings for the day, and have a beautiful start to the weekend.